What makes me happy about God is that I can lean on Him and trust in His plan for me. I don't have to go out and try to make my own plans. And that is so relieving because I've tried to do things on my own before and failed miserably. And it's comforting knowing that I have a track that's already planned out for me, and I'm more so just along for the ride. I'm Chance Busey, and this is my story. So growing up in Gig Harbor, it's not very diverse. It's very, a lot of the people have the same experiences growing up, and I ended up going out to school in Nebraska, and it was quite the ordeal. Growing up here, I wasn't really involved with church or a youth group, but going out to a place where I didn't know anybody and nobody knew me, I felt isolated. And it was one of those moments where I went out because of a music scholarship, and I was playing music and stuff, and it eventually stopped being fun, and it was more of a job. And the joy that I found in that was gone. Once I got there on campus, I was told I couldn't play baseball, which was about the only reason that my parents were able to get me in the car to go out there in the first place, and that was taken away from me. And so a combination of being isolated and those events really hit me. And I asked God, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Why am I here? What do I need to do? And ultimately it was to lean on Him. And through finding a campus ministry and crew, I was able to find the importance of fellowship that I hadn't really necessarily felt before, because I didn't grow up in a youth group, and I was playing baseball on the weekends, and so I didn't really have time for church. But after experiencing the need for it, it really hit home that, okay, I need to surround myself with positive, encouraging people and have people to lean on to help do life with. Right out of college, I had an internship interview with the Seattle Seahawks, which was just mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, oh my gosh, if I get this job, I'm never looking for a job again. I found the rest of my life. And so to go from this amazing feeling of, oh, everything's clicking and my life is going to be awesome, this is so great, this is so cool, and then to get told a couple months later that I didn't get it was kind of a kick in the teeth. And it hit me for the longest time. There was, like, the first year after that, every day in the shower I thought, oh, I should have said this, I could have phrased this differently, why didn't I bring this up, why didn't I answer this question differently? And there was all this doubt and the what ifs and the what could have beens that I was so distracted on what everything bad was going on and all the bad things that were happening. It really took leaning on God to help me get out of my own pity and sorrow, and to lean into the fact that, no, He's got a plan for me. And although it sucks right now and I can't see what's beyond, there is a vision and there is a path for me, and resting in the fact that it's not going to be awful and that it's going to be good was really something that helped dig me out of a pretty dark space. After I didn't get the internship, I moved out to Massachusetts for a bit, lived with family, worked for a solar company, which was great. It was a good life experience, and I'm glad I did it ultimately. But I came back still penniless, but I felt different. I felt a comfort in knowing that I'm not in control, which is weird to say, but it was really good to feel. And to know that I don't have to rely on myself, and more so the fact that there's already a journey ahead of me and I'm just along for the ride. And right now we're at a low point in the roller coaster, but it's about to go up. And it was really an indescribable amount of peace that was just overwhelming. And that was 100% leaning on God. Going back to live with my parents, which I see everybody else on Facebook and the whole like, oh, my life's so great kind of thing. And it really hit me that like, okay, like other people are doing this at this age. Other people are in law school, they're buying a house, they're having kids. And I'm moving back in with my parents like a year after I graduated college. Like when are things gonna start to kick in? And just that space of, oh no, I'm behind, was pretty disheartening and uncomfortable. But knowing that I wasn't supposed to be comparing myself to others, but rather focused on my own journey and focused on my relationship with God and focused on the promise of Jesus, that I don't have to live in this suffering. I don't have to stay in this mindset, but that there's so much more out there, and there's more in the future, and there's more to be had and to be felt and to be celebrated. When I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I love to go sailing. I love to go hang out with friends, and the occasional video project. I have a few media jobs, including working at Chapel Hill as a videographer. So when you see broadcasts and stuff, that's usually me behind the camera, or at least one of the cameras. And that also brings me really great joy, is helping tell stories that can connect people. I smile almost every day because of what God's doing in my life and how He's using me to better others around me. I really feel that through the way I'm able to encourage my students. And even though right now in COVID I'm not physically able to be there, taking the one-on-one time to be with my students and to ask them how they're doing outside of just school and just in general, how they're doing, and for them to appreciate that care from my end as a teacher, and to see their faces smile when we can joke and we can put all the things aside, and I'm able to speak encouragement and continue to pour myself into their life through encouragement. And that comes from God, granting me the ability to have that impact, I'm so grateful for.